What's hanging, my homies? We are on episode 11 of our KOTOR 2 playthrough. We're going to start by talking with Kreia and Atten and probably Beodur, I think, before we fly to our next destination.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
Didn't Kreia tell us that we need to gather allies? As many as want to come with us and help us.
Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will follow you because you are a leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
What makes you think they obey me?
Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others.
Why are you angry?
I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them?
Is something happening to them?
They echo you, either fighting or surrendering to their feelings, their loyalty, their duty. Your mere presence serves as an example to them of something to uphold or something to fight against. Watch them carefully, see their patterns, and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
And what about you?
I am but a mirror whose only purpose is to show you what your own eyes cannot yet see.
Alright. I will think upon how my allies may be used then.
Good, and then act upon it. It is a powerful tool to motivate others. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength.
What do you mean?
A discussion, perhaps, for another time.
Okay. We'll see if there are any other questions we can ask her to potentially raise our influence with her.
Ask, and I will answer.
You don't seem to like the handmaiden. Why?
There are countless reasons, and I have neither the time nor the patience to list them all.
Alright, I had other questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
Be rude as hell. What's wrong with your eyes?
There is nothing wrong with my sight, if that is your question. I see all that I need, though the seeing of things flesh and blood has failed me some time ago. They were distractions only.
Alright, so clearly she doesn't need her sight to be healed here, right? She said she can see better anyway.
Ask,
Alright, I had other
and
questions.
I will answer.
Kreia, what are you? Are you a Jedi? A Sith?
Does it matter? Of course it does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it. Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
Intelligence. Then what were you?
What do you wish to hear? That I once believed in the code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat? That for every good work that I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? That perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
If the past is as important as you claim, then I would hear yours.
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge, but I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best.
Damn, we know these guys.
But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition, and hunger for power. There are techniques within the Force against which there is no defense. I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness. Learn from me, my mistakes, and use that knowledge to become greater than I. That is all I ask of you, and that is all I desire. In you all my hopes rest for the future, for the Force.
Well, I don't know what changed, but the cutscenes can be recorded by OBS now. So that's kind of cool. At least that one was. Alright. Well, obviously pressing her from here won't do any good, so I had other
Ask,
questions.
and I will answer.
Did you know Atris at all?
I know her as much as I know any Jedi. If you have other questions, you may ask those, but on Atris, I can provide you no answers that you cannot find on your own.
Alright, never mind, I'll be going now. We need to increase our influence with Kreia before she'll tell us anything new. Dark side points gained. What experience too? Alright, so I was doing a little bit of checking just because I don't want to screw anything up that I can avoid screwing up. But if we wait to talk to Handmaiden until I think level 18, then we can avoid getting locked out of some other things later in the game. So I'm going to do that, and it kind of makes sense lore-wise, or I guess role-playing wise, because this person, we know she's here to spy on us from Atris, and we don't particularly love Atris. So let's talk to Beodur.
Hey, General, are you alright?
What are you talking about?
You look like you've been standing too close to one of my shield generators.
You're one to talk. It's missing an arm.
Claws out today, aren't they?
Now whose claws are out?
Seriously, you don't look that way from spending extra time in the fresher. I've seen other Jedi, not many but a few, who look like that. And I feel a little strange around you. A little more in control, calm, like I usually only get when I'm repairing something.
When one is in touch with the Force, it can manifest itself visibly.
Was there something you wanted me for?
Where did you pick up that remote, anyways?
That old thing? I built him when I was a kid. Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off. Hey, just kidding. I'm happy to have you around.
What does it do, other than follow you around?
He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying techs. I've been thinking about doing some other work on him, but I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship. Something else I can help you with?
What's your opinion about the Telos situation?
If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't take seeing my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it, so let's talk about something else. Something else I can help you with?
Alright, we already asked Kreia about her sight. Let's ask another dude about their physical differences. How'd you lose your arm anyway?
I got tired of it. Kept dropping my hydro spanner. Figured I'd get a new one.
We'll just respond with our own sarcasm. Yeah, I bet that was fun.
I was only kidding. Actually, it was a souvenir from Malachor. I was lucky it was all I lost. But at least it gave me something to do, right? Everyone always said I was probably half machine anyway. Something else I can help you with?
Alright, we don't have all the lightsaber parts we need, of course. What are you doing?
Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
Thanks, Beoder. Alright, we'll talk to Atten, and then we'll be in a spot to go ahead and head to the next place we're going.
I don't know what it is, but you look different. It's hard to explain, but it's good to see.
What do you mean?
It's like you've got this glow, but only when I see you out of the corner of my eye.
I feel as if I'm more in touch with the Force than I ever have been.
It shows. It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. Anyway, just wanted to mention it. I think the others have noticed it too.
Thanks for the compliment, Doug. Let's play Pazak.
Alright, but I'm out of credits, so it's Republic Senate rules.
He's out of credits? Damn, bro. Alright, let's just play for practice then. Sure, we'll keep the deck we currently have. Shit. Opponent wins the set. Let's hope we get a 2. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, I forgot. I didn't realize you'd get a new card. Well, I guess I lose. Wow.
You seem pretty calm. It's almost streaming off of you. A lot calmer than you were on Paragus when I first met you.
Yeah, it's just because you whooped my ass in some Pazak, and it just reminded me of good times. I'm fine. In fact, I haven't felt this good in a long time.
Well, it's good to see. You're a nice counterbalance to that old witch back there.
I had some questions for you.
Alright, what did you want to know?
Alright, nothing, never mind. Perfect. Well, first place that we are going to go to is actually... let's stop at Telos first. Well, no, we'll wait on that, because I don't think we need the money necessarily for the escape criminals that we apprehended. But the first place we're going to go to is Nar Shaddaa. So we know that the Exchange is trying to collect on their bounty for us. So we might as well see what we can do about shutting that down. So we don't have to worry about the Exchange and the Sith hunting us.
Well, here we are, the Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nal Hutta, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer.
Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot.
So there's a lot of ex-soldiers on Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah. Some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers. So others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy.
What's Nal Hutta?
It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nal Hutta's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
That bad? I didn't think anything could compel you to bathe.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Beodur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation would prove worthwhile.
Alright, so it's going to be pretty hard to find a Jedi. How hard will it be to hide here?
Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in. Or find you once you arrive.
Awareness. You sound like you've been here before.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice.
Alright, then let's take the Ebon Hawk in for a landing.
I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's gonna find us here.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While he walks upon the smuggler's moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Mababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu esfrektonatada beer mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra.
Bani sukakran, joka mata storch ban locha. Joana masaranka ma ramazurata. Keso juskrita lorsa. Yumacha fueko mikuchira.
Moka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Febko emareyam ga watasitu insula rakarakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopi unawana si chokoratawa.
Request. If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
The hupo boteño go jucho picha, guentaba ni sochu, norotoga proto lalashishi, jubadosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Joana masaranka ma ramazurita, keso juskrita lorsa, yumacha fueko mikochira. Kawanabota atagwa kankadiwa, yutaka alwanji yumaliba, tu es mahawika si wawanta mo guika wansoba, wakama nurawa.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Honto no saka, jita bedwana maticha, doveri nincha yonona shitasa chuch. Si machadana, dona we searcha makaran.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours.
The Ebon Hawk looks a little exposed. Who's this flying dude coming towards us?
Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system.
Any problems with the docking authorities?
No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the Exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of.
Alright, let's move on.
Alright then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you.
Let's see where our path takes us.
Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad.
I don't think it makes sense to lie. This dude would go and check with the Hutts for the Exchange. So is there some kind of problem?
The problem is, you are on my landing pad. I got another ship coming in, and unless you want that piece of junk's hull crushed flat, you better move it. Got it?
What other ship?
That's none of your business. All you need to know is that they're gonna be firing up their quad lasers if they find your ship squatting there when they arrive.
Persuade. I can pay for the space and your time.
Yeah? Right now, all I'm hearing is talk. How much you offering?
Alright, awareness, 50 credits, and I'm guessing you can wait until I return.
Well, I got your ship, and that's worth more than that if you decide to cheat me. Alright, it's a deal. I got some visitors booked for your space, but I'm sure the two of you can work it out when they arrive.
Alright, we're gonna take Atten and Kreia. Let's go ahead and save quick. Why are you stopping?
It is nothing. Let us keep moving.
Okay, Kreia, thanks.
No, look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in.
What's going on here? Threaten me again and it'll be the last thing you do. Alright. Let's see how we do against these guys.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
Any of these guys have anything on them? One credit. Incredible stuff.
Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure.
We want to just get information from this guy. Couldn't stand by and let them hurt you. Why were they hunting you?
Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quarren named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in Nar Shaddaa as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately.
What do you mean?
The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it.
Where can I find Visquis?
You don't. He comes to you. If he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing.
Alright, I was glad to help. You better head out before you run into any more trouble.
Whatever your reasons, thanks.
Spare a few credits, friend?
I can, in exchange for some information.
All right. I don't know much beyond the refugee sector here, but I can share what I know.
Tell me about the refugee sector.
This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up.
Why are the refugees here?
A lot of space lanes cross at Nar Shaddaa, and once here, it's hard to move on. Even fighter pilots from the war can't get work at the docks. The freighter crews are full up. There's no work here and no way out, unless you want to become a hired muscle for the Exchange, or work in a Hutt slave camp.
Do you know someone named Zez-Kai-El?
No, should I? He doesn't sound like a Hutt. What, is he a bounty hunter or an Exchange boss?
I'll be going now.
Friend, you did promise some credits in exchange for information.
Of course, here's 5 credits.
Look, one other thing. It's obvious you're new around here. I can tell it just by looking at you. Nar Shaddaa can be a rough place, and easy to get lost in. If you want, I can keep an ear out for you. Let you know if I hear anything.
What do you get out of it?
Life's been better, and every credit can go a long way. Just think it over.
Oh. Alright. There we go.
I saw what you did to those Exchange thugs, stranger. Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need?
This dude's kind of greasy. But 5 credits, yeah, sure.
Thank you, stranger. I won't forget your kindness.
Why did you do such a thing? Such kindnesses will mean nothing. His path is set. Giving him what he has not earned is like pouring sand into his hands.
It may help him, if nothing else but to survive. Or, nothing is set. As long as there is hope, there's chance for redemption every day, I'm sure.
And would that be a kindness? What if by surviving another day he brings a greater darkness upon another?
And what if he doesn't?
The Force binds all things. The slightest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. Even an act of kindness may have more severe repercussions than you know or can see. By giving him something he has not earned, perhaps all you have helped him become is a target. Seeing another elevated often brings the eyes of others who suffer. And perhaps in the end, all you have wrought is more pain.
Oh, I just beat up. Still not great.
And that is my lesson to you. Be careful of charity and kindness. lest you do more harm with open hands than with a clenched fist.
See if we can improve Krea's influence here. There is wisdom in what you say. Perhaps I should not be so quick to offer aid in the future.
Good. Mind what I have said. Use your power, but in its proper place.
Okay, there we go. Influence gain Krea. Swoop Garage, hell yeah.
And what did he want?
Not much. Just answers to some questions.
Really? Interesting.
I should talk to that person like immediately after we left. Airspeeder navigation interface. Workbench. You know, we're in the refugee sector where people are really scraping to get by. So let's grab stuff out of every container we can find. 30-second model. I'm looking to buy some equipment. I'll be going now. That's cool. You can see the Ebon Hawk. A little bit more of the city from here, but not really. Alright, let's talk to this swoop mechanic dude. Tien Tub.
Geraktada cemense bingar rukutodo and juchmamataso benkisha manensitse. Fela dibono ta munikranakada. Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Dai rento ron kavrekare papanala ranshinga. Derace wemenoto torere senesensen. Charanana gundoso remina che l'orakto guru katada. Fiera tora pada no ringatel camarada tela fibo nubo da bitarana cenirara.
Can you change a ship's ID transponder codes?
Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Dai rento ron kavrekare papanala ranshinga. Derace wemenoto torere senesensen.
I can pay you for your time.
Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Dai rento ron kavrekare papanala ranshinga. Derace wemenoto torere senesensen. Der rento ron to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan gorsada nane gra della nota choloren. Dosane gravalantro kwe wapa teratana chingaradana.
Alright, good to know. Any parts or equipment I can buy? Alright, he doesn't have a lot, but a cyan crystal, or is it cyan? I don't know how to pronounce that color, to be honest. Oh damn, armor ply plating Mark III. Pretty cool, costs a lot of money though. Nothing else here is really that great. Alright, show sell list. What do we have that we can get rid of? Med pack. We only need like 5 of those, I think. Repair kit, that's for droids, right? We can get that down to 5 as well. Security spike tunneler. This is just a better version of the security tunneler, I would assume, which I haven't really used, but... Alright, Norris robe. Use damage immunity to energy. I think that'll really do a whole lot. Alright, this I really dig for our main character here. Light combat suit. Not great. Mandalorian combat suit. Damage immunity versus physical damages. Defense bonus 3. We'll keep that for now. Heavy combat suit. Ditch it. So I don't think we'll have anyone really using medium armor. I guess maybe Atten, but his dexterity bonus is high enough we're not going to want to mess around. Powered light battle armor. Again, medium. Powered battle armor is heavy. We'll keep 1 round of heavy armor, because maybe we'll get someone that'll get it eventually. Several crystals here. A riot buster. Not great as far as blaster rifles go. We'll get rid of it. Regular blaster rifle. Keep just for now. Actually, no, because Beodur has something else. We'll toss that. Neuroband. Just bonus to will saves. Stealth field enhancer we want to keep. All this stuff we want to keep. Oh, wow. So for combat especially, we might want to keep that combat sensor and equip it on our head. Insulated gloves. Sure, we can sell those. Strength bonus. Arcanian energy shields. Pheromone package. I think that's better than what we currently have, or I think we might already have that on our main character. Cardio package. Power implant. Damn, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's sell these 2 cardio packages. We'll keep the power implant. Oh, alacrity implant. Dexterity +2 as well. We'll keep that. But we'll sell these adrenal. Battle stimulant. That actually looks pretty cool. Bonus to attack and damage for 120 seconds, plus at least a little bit more vitality. Keep those mines for breaking into damaged containers. We can get rid of the basic vibration cell. We'll get that too because it needs an extra feat. I'll sell that neural scrambler. Yeah. I think we'll probably just mostly keep the shock arm for T3. Toxin emitter. Flamethrower, we might keep that. Droid deflector Mark 1 probably can't be that amazing. Defense bonus 2, dexterity +1. Hold on to that for now. Get rid of the machine interface. Lockout bypass. Probably not going to be the best for T3. Durability upgrade. Oh, there's 3 of these motivator boosters. Let's sell one of them. And dash plane. Defense bonus 6. Okay. Alright. Call that good. So he'll be able to change our... Oh. What happened to him? What would you like me to do? Plans? What plans? Necessary plans. Maybe you'd better tell me if you want to see that droid again. If I can get a free version of that part once it's built, then I'll do it. Alright, where can I find Coden? Alright, I'll be going now. Should be able to find it. I don't think we need to ask what the droid looks like. Figure that out eventually. commoner. Bosk, commoner.
The bounty hunters have been laying low recently. Like they're waiting for something.
Wonder what that could be. Alright, there's only one named person here. I don't know if we can actually talk to him in any meaningful way. Let's try it. Who are you? And why is that? Alright, forget it. I had other questions for you. You sound as if you hate the guild. Okay, you already told us these things. Forget it, I had other questions for you. Alright, so you are no longer a bounty hunter? Can you tell me where I can find the guild? What can I do to make them show themselves? How do I raise my bounty? It's already pretty high as an ex-Jedi. So who should I make mad? Wookiee. I think we'd know what a Wookiee is. Alright, forget it. I had other questions for you. Alright. How do you know who I am? Laws? What laws do they uphold? So if they all were hunting one person, they couldn't attack each other. Who are some of the prime bounty hunters? Who else? What if I wanted to kill the other bounty hunters, but still the Twi'leks chase me? Why are there so many thirsty options? That's hilarious. Alright. I can handle them both. Anyone else? That was actually pretty kick-ass how they had kind of like visuals of the different groups. That's cool. Hanhar? What about Mira? Why? Alright, forget it. I had other questions for you. Alright. Does this saying I am being hunted, I need to know by who? This might just give us who we already know, right? Alright, never mind. I'll be going now. It's cool. Got some good information from him. Commoner. It's the little bar area we just came from.
Hey, I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship.
What makes you think the ship's yours?
It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars.
Yeah, what proof does this dude have? If you can prove the ship is yours, I'll give it back to you.
The registry's 34 P7JK. It's got a temperamental hyperdrive, and the turrets can be sluggish and unresponsive against fast-moving fighters. She's also got 2 secret compartments, one in the cargo hold, right near the plasteel cylinders in the back, and the second beneath the bunks in the starboard cabin.
That's right, but I didn't know about the cargo hatch.
Whoa, he could have gotten that information some other way than owning the ship. Come on, he's skifting us.
So, you gonna hand it over now, or are you going to be difficult?
Can I buy it from you?
No deal. A ship's worth its weight in spice on Nar Shaddaa, and nothing's worth being trapped here another year scrounging freight jobs.
We need the ship because we're on a pretty important mission, right? But if it, I mean, we didn't. This isn't our ship. Just woke up on it, right? So if we could give it back to him, find a different one. I guess the ship is yours. I will return it to you.
What? It's our ship. I mean, your ship that I fly.
Good to hear you aren't going to challenge it. That makes things a lot easier.
What are you doing? That's gonna trap us here.
Don't worry. Flying the Ebon Hawk is like painting a target on your forehead. I'm not doing him any favors.
I'll be going now. Get used to the solid ground beneath you.
Let me shoot him in the back. No one has to know.
Well, guess we'll see what happens there. I can't imagine we lose the ship though.
Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Relieva konentosla. Mancho karlema konjore bimasa. Ifrenkundas plecht simron chore krenum. Nora hagwa buska yokolo laubaka.
Hava hinemas temadana hisnaste hiha.
Charn kotos nerema keras. Karanaraka kerata simendikirana.
Dang, are you gonna grenade throw it at us? Adam's the only one who isn't in the middle of it. Is he not? Okay, he does have his weapons equipped. Good. So does Kreia.
I hear you.
Let's give myself a little bit of speed. Let's see if we can get a stun on this guy. Oh, not quite. Right, we are getting fucked up. Let's use a Mandalorian melee shield on ourselves. Try to get some of this damage prevented. Alright.
Time to even more.
Parts. It's the only remains we're seeing here. Well, thanks for the experience, I guess. Interface band battle stimulant. Alright, so that gives us awareness, demolitions, and security, which we might not need currently. Interface band, computer use, demolition, security, damage resistance to sonic, but this gives us a bonus to dexterity. We'll keep that for now. Commoner.
Ugh, the stink here in the refugee sector is worse than the rest of Nar Shaddaa.
Undar.
Dawachosimu poindorakawa ichirendumo parama kawana abawasi. Ukroren man mapusiti nolara. Dawachosimu poindorakawa ichirendumo parama kawana abawasi. Ukroren man mapusiti nolara.
Yeah, no other customers here, but let's see what you have. Norris robe, which we already sold one of those to someone else. XR Coon's light battle suit. Mandalorian combat suit, we have one of those. Rhodian blade, not upgradable. But it does damage to strength. It's interesting. Lightsaber crystal, lightsaber crystals. Mandalorian heavy blaster, it's a fully upgradable blaster pistol. It's balanced and gives us a +1 attack modifier. 2 to 11. Not a great critical threat. ×2. Onasi. This one's better. Oh, it's a lot more expensive though. We need 2,000 more credits. Dang. Once belonged to Cartho Nasi. That's cool. Disruptor carbine is a blaster rifle. Well, Gamorrean power gauntlets. Brutally effective in unarmed combat. A 25 chance to stun for 6 seconds at a DC 14 save. Biorestorative underlay Mark III. It's not terrible. Alright, we might buy this Mandalorian heavy blaster, or we might come back for the Onasi one later. But Ed is doing alright for now.
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them like a shiver running through you.
I feel this background noise, like a vibration.
It is Nar Shaddaa, the true Nar Shaddaa that you feel around you. It is this moon, with the metal and machines stripped away and the currents of the Force laid bare.
The currents are moving so fast, almost frantically.
I'm surprised you can feel it. I feared the damage to you had deadened you to such perceptions. What you feel is the echo of the minds of these creatures within the Force. Their anger, their greed, their desperation. It is life.
This might give us bonus with Kreia here. Is it possible for me to manipulate it, to control these people?
One might as well move the universe, but such manipulation is possible, yes. It requires that one be able to feel the critical point within the fractured mass, and know how to strike it in such a way that the echoes travel to your intended destination.
This feeling. How long can I feel those echoes around me?
For as long as it lasts. Like life, such waking moments within the Force are rare, waiting for the right moment when the critical point is struck and the sound rises. But let us be silent. Words and thoughts are distractions. Feel this moment, for as long as it will last. Feel life as it is, with the crude matter stripped away.
Maximum force points increased. Sick. Dude, honestly, even outside of the force, I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of wisdom to that shit right there. Sometimes you just have those moments. Alright, cool. Gida.
Sarda chornilo tabe duana mataka nus dogulupan. Daka prota gocha jargomati sochpan lorcha. Yota chi sabarinish.
Let's see what you have. Some more lightsaber crystals. We'll not worry about those just now. Otherwise, not a whole lot of useful stuff. Power implant, nerve enhancement system, reflex package.
Please, look, I already paid the exchange what I have. But oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, these gentlemen are getting impatient.
Damn, you two give me all your credits, I'm gonna jump into the central pit. I mean, we do want to piss off the exchange. Let's try it. Yeah, you two give me all your credits, then go jump into the central pit. It's fucking dark. Credits received.
How did you do that? Stay away from me!
Our psychotic urge is all that drives you.
I don't know what even came over me. 1 second we were just standing there talking, and then...
I am not speaking to you, fool. Be silent.
What would you have done?
I would examine the situation as a whole, all of its ties to the Force, and then decide which string to pull, not sever them all at once. Such crude methods grant you nothing.
Perhaps you are right.
Perhaps. And perhaps in the future you will remember such a lesson. There are many paths in life, and some are short and empty. Oh, I grow weary of this. Perhaps time will allow my words to take root if your common sense will not permit it.
Influence gained at and Kreia, but influence lost Kreia. Wonder if that was a net loss. Probably. Alright. What's in here?
Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma.
What's up, dog? Alright, Luposhar.
Bornacinin sopa maranka wongo kumbiaste. Tonga buga shame zanini chonkai chiteraritza sabata.
Is he okay?
Dovrei kun mili wosa slima pogwanga sawana nucha.
Thanks. Who do I see about a race?
Muliwrawa iberendia tia Vishnu nunca se. Utati ramata mandrakotu sa minarinkadin.
Alright, Moto is who we need to talk to when we want to do a swoop. He is in no state to have a conversation. Alright, how about Born Elise?
Malampas tarawando krimogawan. Gurmaka trakta veshambash. Joruga gomoshi. Juto monshi dakajim.
Damn, you could be rude as hell, just I don't remember asking your name. Nah, greetings, I'm Azrael.
Jona yurturengachi wi ita? Vamos limo podan mawanga kun. Bis mula rabest.
I was thinking of racing my swoop bike.
Bani sokokran. Joka mata storch ban locha.
Why is that?
Jun sobe me rapa. No kuma randisa mak chiksa. Kucha bak ton kinka mata kata. Chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
A droid?
Mogachi nota harempe wanachi. Drumpaba nakares magre. Kavadumpa ku papa yi mokata. Yuzuta monorcha das. Noma inso dizuka. Tahupo boteño go jucho picha. Gwen taba ni sochu. Norotoga proto lala shishi. Jubadosa jibacha. Ratak mansan. Tokosha na chitolo.
So we built a droid to win the races.
Takam tuchis miku mogo graba? Kechichu ida hodonga. Mi paden. Tuning tachu kun ni best. Kavadumba ku.
A droid would be a formidable opponent.
Kavadumpe masura ku. Popayi boteña. Tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo subjob. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeyo.
So by not fixing the races anymore, the exchange couldn't claim a cut of the winnings?
Kavadumpe masura ku. Popayi boteña. Tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo subjob. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeyo.
And why is this place empty?
Kavadumpe masura ku. Popayi boteña. Tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo subjob. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeyo.
Meaning he scared away all the competition.
Sunaranga machochane dota lutu. Padu krem so chiche no chi wendido. Dron tite yoba. Morata gomana. Kova chokchi. Moskali. Miki mokba moka.
So how do I beat him?
Donina chiwa. Kota wind. Vorka no chawatama.
Speak.
Kavadumpe masura ku. Popayi boteña. Tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo subjob. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku. Popayi boteña. Tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo subjob. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeyo.
Go on.
Mogachi nota harempe wanachi. Drumpaba nakares magre. Kavadumpa ku papayi mokata. Yuzuta monorcha das. Noma inso dizuka.
So what do I do?
Tahupo boteño go jucho picha. Gwen taba ni sochu. Norotoga proto lala shishi. Jubadosa jibacha. Ratak mansan. Tokosha na chitolo.
You will give me the codes.
Kawanabota atagwa kankadiwa. Yutaka alwanji umaliba. Tues mahawika siu awanta mo guika wansoba. Wakama nurawa.
Okay. I think our computer is higher than our repair is right now. I can reprogram the computer behavior core with a process delay without him realizing it.
Kavadumpe masura ku. Popayi boteña. Tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo subjob. Rigiso karvenoxo. Mochitosa sagrindeyo.
Alright. Let's sabotage a droid. There's Moto. There's the droid cage. Let's save. This guy.
Dorota sinta winoto.
Pute mali lichuna jichiska. Un corda saboraco.
Is what not beautiful?
Crimso chi mapo hirembi kachapas pato. Kruta mawi tanapa makaret.
Why do you say that?
Me poga rifti noso me mas tolo. Yokolopoi. Buana muki.
Why is that?
Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta maasapa. Tong hitwamaji. Yumalibato ato into tune.
So how's your hope gone when it sounds like you've got a solid plan?
Tonichi ramagrinzo mos rapana. Rakachun mot nichoran. Kuno konasa.
Perhaps you're not approaching the situation from the right direction.
Insoranaka me gunsoji. Nekchi una bola monchi wataton. Sobodono bisel chamaka.
A droid?
Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta maasapa. Tong hitwamaji. Yumalibato ato into tune. Poso ma britushniki tuk tuk pamba. Bora. Tino morira nibo non kin un patno koktek.
Fan blasts?
Dokinika ma renzo ni inash dijon bla wenso mas. Tong abo shan uni non.
Thanks for the tip. Maybe someone can even the odds. How about Guran?
Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu.
What are you looking for?
Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Interface?
Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
And?
Donos imaragith. Wanarakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata.
Why would other swoop bikes be a problem?
Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu.
Backwards?
Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Unless you steal the module?
Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
So what are you looking for?
Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Does such a device exist?
Donos imaragith. Wanarakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata.
That's one plan. Let's talk to Moto. Mark? Okay, grease dude. Can I race? Anything else I need to know? Yes, I know about all the dangers at the track. Let's go. Oh shit, I guess we're getting launched into it. Guess we'll see how this goes. Ah, I jump over that time. wasn't great. Seconds faster. Never mind. Oh, never mind. Alright. Save again. And then we'll sabotage this dumb droid. Check the droid for oddities. Hook the module up to your datapad. You've successfully interfaced with the module. According to the memory core, the module was set to send burst transmissions at a set interval. The signal is omnidirectional and therefore the receiver remains anonymous. Okay, so then computer slice into the droid's central behavior core. You have bypassed the meager security lockouts. Lupo must have considered the shield adequate protection. There is only one file in the droid's behavioral subroutines. Open file swoop 0001. The file contains all the data needed for the droid to race the swoop track without incident. Computer, reprogram the droid. Success! You have reprogrammed the droid to think it is in a race and about to lose. This activates the droid's self-destruct system. Your droid seems to have expired. Your droid exploded.
Watakratungi mularayi mulakritirite krakolo mebosa.
Perhaps someone can buy the gallery from you.
Dahupa bosa kurata go jujuto yoke. Hiata yamba wajiake yukito tune.
That Twi'lek female in there seems to be interested for some reason.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Tarak krono king bolotonga chopa chavwa genro.
I want to race now. Anything else you need to know? We all know that stuff. Yep, let's go. Alright, we're gonna do better this time. I hope. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, dude, I'm really not good. No! Oh, I'm way slower than I was last time. Oh, I still won though. Thank you. Is there a prize? I appreciate it. Perhaps I'll see you again. Well, I got 500 credits, so that's cool. Well, I'll talk to these guys again just to see. Oh, there's the Ebon Hawk again. If they say anything different. Oh. I don't have time for this. Alright. I think you would have just said the same thing you did before. Let's go see if there's anything Borna will say to us now that she's the owner.
Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimurota kamsa javasko bosabjo rijiso karvenokso mochitoza sagrindeyo.
2,000 credits added. Sweet. Alright, so I think the next priority we're looking for is finding that Coden guy for that potential droid shield unit. So I wonder if that leads to a different area. I think she said he was in the central region. That's where the deal was going down. So yeah.
Doveri nincha yonona shitasa chuch wanatu mobayes dorcha no bankani honkades. Torsenda winota tono tucha tocha ramakaka musuran kana.
I think we are in the cantina area. That's where we'll pick it up next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a lovely day. Take care.